So as of now, we are going to wait till the point where we can have a big enough prize pool where we can engage a lot more players than we did initially with all of our three events. We want to make sure that it is big enough so that people actually consider it to be serious enough to give it a shot, participating and try and see if they can win this. Uh, but I think a major black hole that I see in the esports sector in India is the collegiate program. And that was something which was inspired from the scene which is already happening in EU and NA, where they have the same level of esports events that all the pro teams are going with, but in between colleges. And that is something we are looking ahead, in terms of esports activation in that particular market. We want to bring this rivalry out because now, since more and more players are getting engaged into gaming, because now the hardware is so advanced, anybody can now get into let's say a game like Valorant or CS:GO, Rainbow Six Siege, any of the esports titles. And I've literally witnessed myself, in a college scenario, you actually end up finding really good talent. So we want to activate that particular segment, and also enable esports organizations to kind of scout out more than just looking at people through YouTube, but actually look at really good players who are playing really well in the college level, because the younger players right now seem to be performing way better than the older players because their reflexes are faster, their focus is more on point in the game. So I think for esports, that is where we are heading on to the next chapter for Lobby Zero, which is the collegiate program. So that is all the info I can give as of now. The rest of the details, I guess, in the coming episodes, or probably maybe within a month or two, we might have an actual event around it.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
think
see.
not to add to this, but just to give slightly more detail on collegiate program. It's a great thing to notice that it's not just even about esports, and that's like the great part about Lobby Zero. It's going to grow in multiple fronts. Let's just say that, not to
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
off
I mean,
details
at the
again.
end of the day, I think it's about being able to access that that consumer, being able to access that market, not just from a not just from a capitalization of opportunity point of view, but also the fact that that's really where the passionate gamer is, like that, and a lot of these kids, especially with what's going on, like with the worldwide pandemic and everything, it's a really solid form of escapism that I think has a positive effect at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, and and in order to be able to get in touch with those guys and create opportunities for communities to be formed. A lot of the times when I have conversations with people who are in colleges, especially like Vibhav and Deb and Nihal, um everyone says, yeah, so we have like very um what do you say, scattered groups, very scattered small groups across the
Yeah.
institute or across the network, but there is no one-stop shop where this kid from this college thinks, I'm a gamer, where do I find the rest of the gamers in this campus?
Yeah.
Like that's ideally what we want to end up being, like this community where a kid from any college can be like, okay, so I've just entered this ecosystem, now where do I find the other people like me, and
Yeah.
where do I find people where I can, I mean, not just like me, but within gaming, different kinds of people, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's not like a gamer, I don't think a gamer just finds one genre and just sticks to that for the rest of his life, right? Like me
Yeah.
myself, I've seen myself migrate and transition from so many different genres and types of games. So I know, like, if this community becomes a real thing, like on top of the esports activation that we can do, I feel like the sense of community and people being able to meet other people, learn new things about games, um, I think there's a lot of students like Vibhav that are trying to build communities like this and trying to get that attention, um, you know, from the official authorities in that institute, in that campus. And the reason they're doing that is because there is real value there. It's not
Yeah.
just about shooting somebody on the screen. It's more about it's so much to it with regard to designing things, with regard to learning about mechanics, the technology, the art, the storytelling that's behind it, the you know obviously the competitiveness, but also the strategy, there's so many skills and thought processes that go into it. I think can be enabled and facilitated if a community is really given the power to get together. And so I think that's what Lobby Zero really wants to do, using the Player Zero program, which is the campus ambassador program, and by through that build lobbies across the country in different states, in different cities, in different campuses. So I do foresee there being a good number of challenges in the process, but
Yeah.
hopefully we can overcome it and make it happen.
To know
One
more
thing
about the
I'll
blog,
add. One thing
I
I'll
was just
add
gonna
to this.
plug in over there. To know more about the Player Zero program, log into
Yeah.
lobbyzero.com
Yeah,
and read
we've
more
got a
about it.
page
And
there.
if you want to become a Player Zero, you can hit us up
Absolutely.
as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.